On the exhale, lift the spine high, bow the head, draw the tailbone down. Inhale forward. Exhale, spine high. Inhale forward. Exhale high. On your next inhale, come back to neutral. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. And just pulse the legs left and right, shake the head, yes and no. Just feeling into this first down dog. Notice how your body feels today. Maybe you haven't practiced in a while. Maybe it's been a busy week. And just accept wherever you are in your body and your practice. And then come high in the toes and tiptoe to the front of the mat. Once you arrive at the front of the mat, just catch opposite elbows and ragdoll. Let the upper body hang heavy, feeling a lengthening through the hamstrings, a lengthening through the spine. Maybe swing left and right, forwards and backwards. And then bring your palms to heart center. And on the inhale, round up one vertebrae at a time. The head will come up last. And relax your arms by your sides. We come into mountain pose. Building mountain pose out. Look down at the feet. Separate the feet about hip width apart, aligning the heels with the second and third toes. And lift all 10 toes off the mat. Now, really try to connect to the arches of the feet. And then we want to explore the four corners of our feet so we know where to keep our balance while we practice. So lean a little forward and press down through the big toe mound. Lean gently backwards, pressing down through the outer edge of the heel. Lean a little forward, pressing through the pinky toe mound, and then a little backwards through the inner edge of the heel. Now slowly come back to center and relax all 10 toes down. Bend the knees slightly. So if you look down at the toes, the knees align over the toes, and learning our quadriceps and how to communicate with that muscle, let's engage it as we push through the feet, straighten the legs back out. Just careful not to lock the knees. Pelvic bowl comes to neutral. And the muscles in the lower abdomen pull in and up. It's like trying to pull the belly button towards the spine. The muscles around the rib cage draw back and down. And this shortens the front of the body a little. So keep the core sealed and try to lift up through the heart as you lengthen through the spine. Tips of the shoulder blades a little closer together. Line of the jaw comes back so the ears are stacked over the shoulders. And note if your shoulders are passing your hips and you're pushing the hips forward, bring the shoulders back over the hips and try to reach up through the crown of the head, creating a little more space. Standing on purpose, standing with purpose, mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's bring the palms to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. And let's just create a moment of stillness from that place. Let's align our class with a higher purpose, maybe setting an intention for your practice today or dedicating it to someone special. As you move through your practice today, be aware of what you're trying to accomplish in each posture. I've noticed in my own life, every time I reach out for something, it's because of the feeling of not having it inside. So it creates the opposite. Can you come back just to the creative part of yourself and be in the posture without trying to reach yourself? Let's seal these intentions with a collective breath in and a collective breath out. Relax the arms by your side. Let's find the top of the mat is working to a modified sun salutation. Flip the palms open. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. The palms touch. On the exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Bring your palms to your shins. Inhale to a half lift. And just pause for a moment as you ground the hands into the shins. Try to reach out through the crown of the head so you lengthen the spine. You'll feel the hips maybe drift back slightly, deepening the stretch in the hamstrings. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly glide the hands down the shins. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders on the mat. Feet, inhale to a long spine. As you exhale, bend the knees, step the right foot back, Find your lunge. Notice where your knee is. Drop the back knee directly down. Draw the hips forward down as you pop up to the tip of the fingers, and you can stay here or bow the head to the inside of the knee to deepen. Making sure the back foot is untucked and maybe press down to the top of the back foot on the mat as the knee slightly lifts. Nice adjustment, Ashley. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. The knees lifted, drop the knee down, tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. Come behind the tip of the fingers. I want you to get really muscular in the posture. So I want you to press out through the right heel so your right quadricep firms up. Ground deeper through the left foot as you press it down. Feel your left hip turn on. Now pull the weight out of the hands. Sink the hips a little lower. Inhale the breath. As you exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank the shoulders, come over the wrist. As you exhale, lower halfway down and pause. You can drop the knees to modify if you need to. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale halfway down. Inhale back up. Exhale halfway down, pause, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lower all the way down. First cobra, untuck the toes, hands forward underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart off the mat. Going as high or staying as low as you need. Rotate the heels slightly away from each other so you soften the glutes, pulling the pressure off the low back. Shoulders pull away from the ears, elbows draw a little closer. On the inhale, come up another inch. Exhale, lower down. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, press up to all fours. Bring your hips to your heels. Find your child's pose. This is your pose of rest, your modification for downward facing dog. You can come here anytime in class that you need. So I'll take a deep breath in and an easy breath out. On the next inhale, come back to all fours. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Build our down dog out. So our hands are shoulder width apart. If you look at the feet, they should be about hip width apart. And you're pushing the hands forward, pressing the heart closer to the thighs. So bend the knees slightly if the shoulders and spine or muscles around the spine are tight to allow you to straighten your spine, straighten the shoulders. Then begin to press the heels back to the mat to straighten the legs. Let's be weary if you're close to the back wall because we're going to sweep a leg high. Lift the heels, inhale, sweep your right leg high. As you exhale, bring the knee to the nose, cheetah, pause. Draw the core in tighter. On the next inhale, re-extend. Exhale, big step forward. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, come high on the tip of the fingers, the hips press forward and down. Make sure the front knee stays over the ankle, so inch your front foot forward if you need to correct the alignment. Nice, Stephanie. To deepen, you can press down through the top of the back foot and lift the knee slightly off the mat. You're going to feel your quadricep engaged to do so, which also pulls on the hip flexor, deepening the stretch. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. The knees lifted, drop the knee down, tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. Let's find our lunge. So in the idea of perfect alignment, what you're chasing, not that you have to be there, you want a completely straight back leg so there's no bend in the knee. You want one long spine so there's a line from the spine all the way through the heel. So press out through your back heels, straightening the back leg a little more. Pull the weight out of the hands so your legs are lifting the body. The heart reaches forward. Now, without bending the back knee at all, can you sink your hips just a quarter inch? Exhale the breath. On the inhale, rock forward to a standing L. Exhale, forward fold. Flip the palms open. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. On the exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a long spine. On the exhale, bend the knees, step the left foot back. This time, lift the hips and straighten your front leg. Notice if your left hip opens up, pull the left hip forward, squaring your hips off towards the front of the mat. Then just begin draping the upper body over the thighs. You deepen, allowing your breath to guide you further into the posture, into this moment. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. On the next inhale, come forward to plank. Not plank, lunge. As you exhale, step the right foot back, down dog. Now let's come forward to plank. And remember, modify if you need. On the exhale, lower halfway down and pause. Inhale back up. Exhale halfway down. Inhale up. Exhale halfway down. Inhale up. Try to keep the elbows tucked as you exhale, slowly lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Untuck the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift into a higher cobra. Working a little deeper than we did before. Keep the breath flowing. And find your highest expression. Inhale. On the exhale, lower down. Slide the palms back underneath the elbows, prepping for up dog. Ground through the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the heart off the mat. So the tops of the feet are pressed down to the deepest, the knees and hips lift. The inner elbows spin forward, bringing the shoulder blades together. And so if you ground through the tops of your feet, you feel your knees lift, core turns on. The gaze starts to shift high as you feel the stretch through the whole front of the body. Inhale the breath. On the exhale, roll over the knees or toes, downward facing dog. Lift the heels high. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah, the shoulders come forward and pause. Engage the core. Can you get the heel closer to the glute? On the next inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, big step forward. Lift the hips, straighten your front leg. Really focus your attention on the stretch that you're feeling in your left hamstring. Find that place where it begins and just pause there and let yourself go deeper as you move with your breath. Let your hamstring open in its own time, not when you want it to. Come back to that place of stillness we created in the beginning. Let's all take a deep breath in and a mindful breath out. On the next inhale, come forward to your lunge. Pause, exhale the breath. On the inhale, rock the weight forward, standing L. Exhale, forward fold. Flip the palms open. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, coming to half moon. So bring your palms together, interlace the fingers, release the index finger. Bring the feet close together so the big toes touch, a slight gap in between the heels. Now remember mountain pose, right? We're using it in every posture, so the legs are turned on, the core is turned on, everything's firmed up. Now as we root down through both feet, reach up through both hands, get taller, inhale. And on the exhale, body to the right, hips to the left. Start to feel the stretch through the whole left side of your body, from your heel all the way through your hand. Notice if there's a slight bend in the elbows, not that it's wrong, but we want to squeeze the palms and straighten the arms more. Drawing the hips out towards the left. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. On the inhale, find more length in the upper body as you reach up and out. On the exhale, work into your edge for 3, 2, and release. Inhale back to 6. Everybody exhale the breath. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, body left, hips right. Remember what the previous side felt like. This one's going to feel a little different. Each side of our body is different between on how we've used it in our life. So honor where you are on this side. Remember, keep the core muscles pulled together. Grounding through the edge of the right foot. Draw the hips over to the right a little more as you deepen the stretch around the rib cage, the shoulder. Squeeze the palms a little tighter. And then lean into your edge for 3, A little deeper, 2, and release. Inhale back to center. Exhale, breath. Coming to a back bend, you can keep the arms high. You can also bring the hands to your lower back, fingers point down. Separate the feet hip width apart first. Draw the elbows close together behind you so they start to disappear. Press through the feet, lift the heart, inhale the breath. On the exhale, start creating a back bend as you shift the gaze along the ceiling. As you ground to the feet, can you lift the heart higher? And then maybe go a little deeper for 3, 2, and release. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms by your side, mountain pose. Coming to awkward Utkatasana chair pose, 3 parts. Separate the feet hip width apart. For every person, it's going to be a little bit different between where your hips are. Both arms forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale the breath. As you exhale, bend the knees, push the hips back. The weight shifts into the heels. Now notice if you create a little arch in your spine, maybe lengthen your tailbone down a little. You'll feel your spine straighten. Nice adjustment. Now can you sink a little lower? Try to keep the arms parallel to the mat. Just a little lower. Now the work from here, start to lift the shoulders back over the hips like you're trying to sit into a chair behind you. For 3, 2, and release. Inhale, ride the breath back to standing. Keep your arms where they are. Lift your heels as high as you can get them. Grounding down through your big toe mounds. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to bend the knees as you lift your heels even higher. At the deepest, the hips are just above our knees. Try to lift the heels higher. If the heels fall, just pause. Don't go so deep. Focus on the height of your heels. Nice, Monica. Do you notice what you're trying to achieve in the posture? Are you reaching outside yourself? Come back inwards. Lift the heels, hold. And release. Inhale, come back to standing. Exhale, heels down. Coming to the third part, squeeze the inner knees and thighs together. Allow the weight to shift slightly forward so the heels lift off the mat. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly start to lower the hips, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips as you come down. You can pause halfway. At the deepest, you can be hovering above the calves. If you need a little help with the balance, you can always lower down, bring the hands to the mat, and then bring them back high. Remember, it's not about the depth of any of these postures, who can do them quote unquote better. It's how you're being when you reach your edge. Can you come back to that place of stillness even when you're challenged? Stay here or lift the hips an inch. Exhale the breath. And on the inhale, slowly ride the breath back to standing. That one's always a doozy. Exhale, arms by your side, mountain pose. It's like, I got this. And then I have to come up. Ooh, this hurts just a little. All right, let's turn and face the right as we come into our warrior series. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, big step to the right. Well, you could face that way, but then the cueing's gonna get all messed up. So just straddle your mat whichever way you are. And then we're gonna pivot our foot towards the back of our mat. That way there's no left and right. Bend the back knees, sink the hips. Warrior 2, the gaze is out over our left hand. Now notice if you're bending your back knee, straighten the back leg by pressing through the foot. Pull the feet towards each other as you snug in the hips. And notice the arm behind you, is it dipping down? Can you bring it back parallel to the mat? Amazing adjustments, everyone. Now pull the fingers towards the shoulders, engaging all the muscles of the back and the arm, then soften that effort just a little, finding balance between effort, between ease. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. On the inhale, shift the gaze over the right hand. Exhale, flip the palms, tilt forward, bent knee triangle. Well, towards the front of your mat, you're going to tilt that way. You're right, Suzanne. To deepen, unweight your bottom arm and send the fingertips towards the mat. And start pressing it into the knees. We roll the rib cage open. Begin to spin your heart open as you let yourself shine. Reach out more through both fingers, expanding, hold, and release. Come back to center, pivot the back foot towards the side of your mat, pivot the front foot towards the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bend the front knees, sink the hips, warrior two. The gaze is over the front hand. Now your back foot is bending, ground deeper through the back foot. Press down through your front foot and try to pull them towards each other, engaging the muscles, the legs, the hips. The core muscles pull in, the fingers draw to the shoulders, engaging the arm and the back. Can you sink down another inch? Let's all take a deep breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, shift your gaze over your back hand. Exhale, flip the palms, tilt forward, bent knee triangle. If you're using your front arm, the lower one, to support the body, straighten it, deepen. And then the effort is to press your forearm into your knee to roll the left rib cage open. Finding your deepest expression for 3. A little more, 2. Slowly come back to center, straighten the left leg, pivot the left foot, exhale the breath. Inhale, front foot meets back foot at the back of the mat, arms overhead. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, high, bring your palms together, interlace the thumbs. As you exhale, step to the opposite side of the mat, 4 to 5 feet. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Coming to standing separate leg twist. So bring the left hand underneath the heart or shoulder, right hand to the hip or the sacrum. And start lifting your right shoulder up as you draw the left shoulder under. So left hand underneath on the ground, right hand to your hip, and spin up towards your right. You can stay here or extend the right arm towards the ceiling. Grounding deeper through the left hand, reach up through your right hand. For 3, a little deeper, 2. Slowly unwind, place both hands down. Inhale to a long spine, switching sides. Right hand underneath the heart, right in the middle of the body. Left hand to the hip or sacrum. Keeping a really straight spine as you rotate your left shoulder up. And you can bring your palm to your lower back. And then, or extend the arm towards the ceiling if the shoulders are stacked. Press down so much through your right arm that you feel your forearm muscle turn on, your tricep muscle wrap around the bone. Extend out through the fingertips as you reach up, hold, and release. Place both hands down. Inhale to a long spine. As you exhale, extend your arms out like wings. Inhale, slowly come up, spine straight. Exhale the breath. Inhale, front foot at the top of the mat. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, sweep high. As you exhale, take a medium step to the middle of the mat. Shift your weight into your heels, pivot towards the back of your mat. Our palms are overhead. Inhale, get tall. Now this is going to get complicated. Inhale, get tall. As you exhale, extend the right arm forward, left arm back. Standing twist. Press through both feet, straighten both legs, try to get an inch taller. Make fists with your hands and rotate them inwards as you open the fascia through your forearms. Now re-extend the fingers, hold, and release. Slowly bring your right hand to the hip, left arm high, except you two switch hands. And then when you're ready, start to hinge forward. Bring your hand to a block, shin, foot, floor. And start lifting the shoulder up as you draw the other shoulder under. Stephanie, twist this way. Twist that way. Push your right hip back, your left hip forward. Maybe extend the top arm high the way you're twisting. For 3, a little deeper, 2, and release. Bring your palms together, engage the core, inhale, arms overhead. Pivot once to the side of the mat, once again to the front of the mat. Inhale, get tall. As you exhale, twist to the left, you two twist to the right. Try to press down through both feet so you feel your shin muscles, your quadriceps turn on. Remember mountain pose, the core is engaged. Inhale, get tall. As you exhale, start to open up a little more. Maybe scissor the feet towards each other to engage the obliques to deepen the twist. Make fists for the hands, rotate them inwards. Then re-extend through the fingertips as you twist open 1 more inch. Hold. And release. Back arm to the hip, other arm high. Hinge forward, twisting triangle. Switch arms. Using the bottom hand on the shin block or floor as leverage, but not in light support, not to put all your weight in and help you twist the shoulder open a little deeper. Nice, Ashley. Nice, Shane. Find the uncomfortable part of the posture, and can you be in the stillness in it as you twist open? Hold. And unwind. Bring the palms together out front. Engage the core. Inhale, arms overhead. Weight in the heels. Pivot towards the side of your mat. Inhale, front foot meets back foot. Exhale, mountain pose. Take a break. Wipe off. Have a little water. And then we'll meet back to the top of the mat in mountain pose. Let's find our mountain pose at the top of the mat. Close the eyes for a moment, check back in. Take a deep breath in. Easy breath out. Gently open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Bring your palms to heart center. Lift the right knee up. Extend the right leg behind us as we come into Warrior 3. From Warrior 3, we're going to slowly sweep the leg back up. Take a step if you need and come into Eagle. Right arm underneath the left. Try to bend into your left knee and get rid of the space in between your thighs as you rotate your thighs inwards. Can you sink another inch? Allow yourself to become unstable, maybe fall out of the posture. That's where we find our edges and our growth. Exhale the breath and release. Inhale, arms overhead. Bring the palms to heart center. Shift the weight into your right foot, bend the left knee, and start to lean forward as you extend the leg behind you, coming into warrior three. Then from warrior three, we're going to lift the upper body. Sweep the left arm underneath the right, hooking the elbows, left leg up around the right. Palms together, thumbs towards the face, or you can bring the hands to the shoulders. And if you lose your balance, let that be okay. Come back to the beginning, start again. The only time we fail in life is when we fail to try. Sink a little lower. Find the deepest expression. Exhale the breath completely. And release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. From the top of the mat, inhale to a long spine. As you exhale, bend the knees, float the right leg back. Low lunge back bend. Drop the knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms overhead. Left hand to the knee, the right hand to the lower back. Draw the hips as far forward and down as you can get them. Then start bringing your shoulders back in space. To deepen, you can walk the right hand down the thigh, maybe extend the left arm high. If you like both arms high, feel free to move there. And notice how our right shoulder likes to dip back a little. Bring the shoulder forward, squaring them off, and then find your deepest expression. For three, maybe a soft smile at the peak. Two, hold. And release. Come back to center. Place the hands down. Tuck the toes. Straighten the back leg. Inhale, rock forward, standing splits. Exhale, fold. So we're at the top of the mat. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, bend the knees, step the left leg back. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms overhead. Hips forward and down. Maybe the right hand to the knee, left hand to the lower back. And bring the shoulders back in space, deepening the posture. Feel the stretch begin, then just allow it to open. Finding the hand expression of your choice. For three, reaching up and back, two, and release. Come back to center, place both hands down, tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. On the inhale, rock the weight forward, standing splits. Exhale, forward fold. Flip the palms, inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your side. Turn and face the left side of your mat. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, big step to the left, 4 to 5 feet, arms parallel. Standing separate legs stretching. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Bend both knees here and reach around and grab the, well, actually bend to the right and left knee first. Open your inner thighs. And then we'll come back to center, bending both knees deep enough to wrap the fingers around the outside edges of the feet, ankles, maybe the calves. On the inhale, lift the hips as high as you can get them without rounding the spine at all. Then if the legs are straight and the spine is straight, start pulling on the feet to deepen the stretch. Nice, Ashley. Nice, Amanda. Maybe shift the weight a little forward into your toe mounds. Nice, Stephanie. Sending the hips a little higher, feeling the stretch deepen. For three, lifting the hips higher, two. And release. Inhale to a long spine, popping up to the tip of the fingers, engage your core, and on the exhale, extend your arms out like wings. On the inhale, slowly come up, spine straight. Exhale the breath. As you inhale, right foot meets left at the back of the mat, arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your side. Turn and face the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep high, balancing staff. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, release the index finger. Step your left foot forward. Lift and extend the right legs, pointing through the toes. And now you can stay high, working on balance, or start to lower the upper body as you lift the leg. At the deepest, you'll look like a capital T. Notice how our right hip likes to lift up here. Rotate the right hip down. Now point through your toes. Feel your whole back leg turn on as you squeeze the palms tighter and lift the biceps higher. Nice, Ian. Nice, Monica. Can you get the leg up just a little more? Hold. And release. Step the right foot back, left foot meets right. Let's switch sides. Step the right foot forward, lift and extend the left leg. Try to relax your shoulders away from the ears. Try to straighten your right leg just a little more. Rotate the left hip down. Can you lift the back leg one more inch? Hold. And release. Step your left foot back, right foot meets left, arms by your side, mountain pose. Coming to standing bow. Let's find the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep high. Left palm forward, right arm back. Bend the right knee, reach back and grab the inside part of the foot, the big toe side, draw the knees back together. When you're ready, start kicking the hand, tracking the knee behind you as you feel the stretch from the quadricep up through the abdomen, the bottom of the neck. The effort here is all in the kick, not how far forward we can lean. Calm and steady. Can you create more separation by kicking hard between the calf and the thigh? Nice. Hold. And release. Windmill the arms, right arm high, left arm back. Bend the knee, reach back and grab your foot from the instep. Kick forward, create that separation between the calf and the thigh. This will create more stability. Then let the upper body lower. It's not who gets there first. Move as slow as you need. Notice how we try to create more balance by bending into the right knee. Work that leg towards straight. For 3, 2, and release. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Coming to tree, shift the weight into your left foot. Bend the right knee, give the knee a squeeze. And then we're going to rotate from your hip and bring your foot to your hip crease, maybe your inner thigh or the calf. And then find half prayer if the foot slips, if not, full prayer. Maybe find your branches. You can send one arm high or the other arm high. Slowly bring the palms to heart center. Release the right leg down. Let's switch sides. Shift the weight into the right foot. Draw the knee towards the chest and bring your foot to the hip crease, your inner thigh, or the calf. It might help to grab the inside part of the foot and then just hold it here. And the work is to draw the knee back and down so we feel it in the hip. Maybe finding half prayer. If the foot wants to slip down, just keep the hand here and then maybe work on one branch high. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. The arms are high, bring them back down. Release the left leg down. Close your eyes. On the inhale, acknowledge your work. As you exhale, let the work go. It's gone. It's in the past. Let's come to a seat on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. Find bound angle. Slowly lower all the way back. So I'll take a full breath in and a full breath out. Coming into the third part of wind moving, slowly draw the knees together. Wrap the arms around the knees, catching opposite wrist forms or elbows. On the inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, squeeze the knees tighter into the chest. Notice how your lower sacrum likes to lift off the mat. Press your lower sacrum down. Nice. We're trying to flatten our spine out. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, squeezing. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. So the release, extend, or actually just bring the knees back over the hips, calves at tabletop. So on your knees to come forward directly over the hips. You can keep your arms behind you for a little, or next to you for a little support. Now the work here is to press your whole low back into the mat. So you notice where your spine arches. We want to press our whole low back into the mat. Now we're going to start pressing our feet forward to straighten the legs. The second you feel your low back lift, stay there. And we're going to hold that spot for 45 seconds. You don't have to straighten the legs all the way. At the deepest, the legs do straighten and maybe lower, but only if the low back's not lifting for 35. 30. 24. 20. 12. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Bend the knees, draw the knees towards the chest, rock a little left and right. Then extend our legs towards the ceiling, flex the toes towards the face. Reach your hands up towards the feet, so we're lifting our shoulders off the mat. Not grabbing onto the feet, we're just going to pulse to the toes at your highest point that you can lift. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach and hold, and extend the legs out in front of you, arms behind you. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. Coming into a slow roll up, so it's just a sit up without momentum. Bend both knees, bring the feet flat. Extend your hands up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, ground the lower back. As you exhale, slowly begin to sit up without momentum. Once you come up, you can wrap your arms around the knees. You can also straighten the legs if you need leverage. Give the knees a squeeze. And let's lay down on our stomach as we come into our third cobra. Head facing inwards, hands underneath the shoulders. On the inhale, lift the heart off the mat. Keep the feet grounded, then unweight your hands, using just your low back muscles to do all the work here. Short sips of breath in and out. Notice how the feet like to lift. Press the feet down. Now push the heart forward, lift a little higher. Can you come up one more inch? Hold. Nice, Ian. And release. Bring the right cheek to the mat, looking to the left, toes together, heels fall open, palms face up. Full breath in. Mindful breath out. Bring your mouth to the mat, flip the palms down, coming to locust, roll into your left hip, and bring your right arm underneath the body. Roll into the right arm, bring the left arm underneath the body. So make sure the palms are flipped onto the mat first. As you inhale, sweep your right leg high. From your inner thigh, can you lift the leg higher? And slowly lower down. Inhale, left leg high. Rotate the heels slightly away from center. Come up one more inch. Breathe. And release. A couple of adjustments. Walk the fingers closer towards the knees to shorten the distance of the body. Ground through both hands. On the inhale, lift both legs off the mat this time. Pressing down to the hands so your weight shifts to your heart and to your shoulders, allowing the legs to get even higher. Can you feel your biceps turn on as you ground deeper through your hands? Maybe a slight bend in the elbow. The feet come up one more inch. The heels rotate slightly away from each other so they're not touching. Hold. And release. Opposite cheek to the mat, toes together, heels fall open, palms face up. Let's take a full breath in, full breath out. Coming to full locust. Flip the palms down first onto the mat. Ground through your hips. As you inhale, lift everything off the mat. Send your arms back like wings. Keep the breath fluid. Can you come up one more inch? Stay here, interlace the fingers behind the back. For 3, 2, and release. Opposite cheek to the mat, toes together, heels fall open, palms face up. Together we inhale, together we exhale. Sphinx coming high in your forearms. Tuck the toes and press out through the heels so the knees lift. So we want to engage our quadricep. The knees are lifted off the mat. And the elbows, we're pulling the elbows towards our hips. They feel like they want to drag forward, but don't. You're going to feel a stretch to the front of the body. The palms press down to lift the heart higher. Now close the eyes, find balance between effort and ease. Maybe press the palms down, lift up a little more, and find that stillness. And release. Opposite cheek to the mat, toes together, heels fall open, palms face up. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to all fours. We're coming to hero, reclining hero. So walk the knees forward, bring the knees together, and separate the feet slightly wider than your hips. So that the feet come out wide, the knees are touching, and we're lowering our hips down in between our heels. Now, if there's pain in the knees, you can bring the hands and feet to support. Now, it's hero or reclining hero, so stay here, maybe working your hips down towards the mat. The hips reach the mat, you can start walking back one elbow at a time. At the deepest, laying all the way down, catching opposite wrist forearms or elbows. Keep the breath fluid. Come back to that place of stillness. Ground the shins into the mat. Feel the stretch in the quadriceps. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. If you're down, slowly start to come up. If you're up, place your hands down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. Pulse the legs left and right. Shake the head yes and no. And then come back to your neutral down dog. Inhale forward to plank. On the exhale, lower all the way down. Bow, bend both knees, reach back and grab the outside edges of the feet, the ankles or the calves. Draw the knees closer together, and then start kicking the hands using the power from the legs to lift the heart off the mat. Now, maybe lift the thighs off the mat. If the low back feels okay, kicking back and up. Remember, we have to get stronger before we get more flexible. Find your peak and release. Opposite cheek to the mat, toes together, heels fall open, palms face up. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. Camel, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to all fours. Stand tall on your knees. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingers pointed down. Draw the elbows closer together, ground the shins, lift the heart. You're in the posture. Now the work is to lift up. If you're ready, start to come back. If the low back isn't sensitive, option is send the right hand to the right heel, left hand to the left heel. Sometimes we reach our heels, our hips like to drift back a little, but we want to push the hips forward over the knees. Engage the core tighter, lift the heart higher. Find your deepest expression. And if your back slowly come up, if you're up, place your hands down, spread the knees wide, peaceful warrior. It's like child's pose with wide knees. Let the belly fall through so you feel your spine straighten. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, come back to all fours, cat roll. On the exhale, lift the spine high, bow the head, draw the tailbone down, working the spine in the opposite direction. So we're pushing our spine up towards the ceiling, rounding it, not letting it drop low towards the mat. On the next breath, come back to a neutral spine. Bring the knees together and sit the hips to the heels as we come into rabbit. If you need to modify, come into another cat roll. If you're coming into rabbit, find your heels with your fingers. Get tall first. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bring the chin to the chest and then the forehead to the top of the knee. Secure the grip on your heels, and then as you inhale, start lifting your hips up towards the ceiling as you pull on the feet, rounding the spine more. Inhale, the hips lift. Exhale, pull. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull and hold. And release. Bring your hips back down, round up one vertebrae at a time. Then roll onto your right hip and swing both legs out in front of you as we come into stretching pose. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale, hinge forward, grabbing your big toes with your peace fingers. Walking the heels forward first, keeping a straight spine. And once the legs straighten all the way, you can pull on the toes, using them for leverage. Shoulder blades pull together. Take one more full breath in, one more full breath out. Release, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your side. Coming to a seated spine twist, bend the right knee, bring your right foot to the outside of the left knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, sweep the left arm high. As you exhale, twist to the right, wrapping the arm around the knee or to the inside for leverage. Use your back hand for support to press down so you sit up taller and the shoulders come forward over the hips. Then maybe twist a little deeper. And slowly unwind, come back to center, counter twist to the other side. And let the posture go, swap out your legs. Send the other arm behind you. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, twisting left. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist. And release. Come back to center, counter twist the other side. And then find downward facing dog any way you like. Coming to a one-legged pigeon. If you like to do pigeon on your back, feel free. Lift the heels high. Inhale, right leg high. As you exhale, bend the knee, float the knee behind the right wrist. And chin your left leg back. You can stay high here or you can lower down. Come back to that place of stillness. Keep the breath fluid. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. Switching sides. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Lift the upper body. Press back to down dog. Lift the heels. Inhale, left leg high. As you exhale, bend the knee, float the knee behind the left wrist. And chin the right leg back. Stay high or lower down. Close the eyes. Breathe. Just take a full breath in and an easy breath out. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the upper body, press back to down dog. Notice how this one feels versus the first one we did today. And then just drop your knees down on the mat, turn around, lie down on your back as we come into our final posture, Savasana, a place of letting go. A place we get to begin again. by reaching outside of ourselves. It comes from a place of lack sometimes because we're trying to get something we need to feel a certain way. If we can feel that certain way first, then the things outside of us that we reach for will fall into place. Thank you all for allowing me to guide you through your practice. As always, it is truly an honor. When you leave here today, may you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you know and feel love in your lives. And may you walk this world in peace. Namaste.